so as we discussed inside the classroom, this is the tanker that we will be utilizing for the rest of the lecture portion and classroom portion. So we discussed cleanliness of the apparatus. And what are some things that we reviewed on? That we do not want to scrub what into the tank? Dirt, grime, or any of that stuff. Alright? Some of the tools that we might use to wash the apparatus. Brush, a water hose, a bucket of some sort, and then an approved detergent or car wash soap, correct? Okay. They all work in conjunction with each other to make sure that we are washing the apparatus to its desired, the agency's expectations. Something else that we can use, if it does not necessarily need washed, something else we can use if we won't damage the apparatus, a duster. And this just makes it look a little bit more shiny. So you're waking up in the morning, you walk up to the truck and you notice it's got some pollen because we are in the spring months, summer months. Use a duster to dust some of that pollen off, you've got a clean truck. Some other things that we need to look at. Because we are driving the apparatus and we get out there, we might have some rain spots or some dirt spots. The wheel wells. Very important to monitor your wheel wells and make sure that when we are washing that truck, we're getting in there nice and deep like. Okay? Nice and deep like. Alright? When we get into the wheels, we want to make sure that we're pinning the wheels inside the wheels. You're taking the brushes to the wheels. Alright? One thing that we want to make sure we do not do is mix brushes. As far as mixing brushes, I'm talking about the brushes that we use to clean hoses or other greasy fluids. We do not want to apply that to the apparatus. What does that do to the apparatus?
Makes it streaky.
Okay. It's very hard to get that off. Doesn't matter what you use, you have to wash it a few times before you get that off. Some other things that we need to pay attention to, it's got some shiny objects to it. So we have diamond plate, we have screws, we have some chrome fixtures on our apparatus. Easy ways to fix that and clean that up is to shine it with a buffer and or, what can we use? A Windex, or type of Armor All, something like that, okay? We want to keep it looking new because what is a newer truck up here to the public as?
We take care of stuff.
That we take care of ourselves, that we care, that we actually are arriving at their house looking like we are able to take care of whatever situation we're called for. All right? Other things that we want to remember is whenever we're walking around the truck, we're looking at the fuel tank. Make sure if the fuel tank did overfill, that the fuel is not left on the fuel tank. What does that do? It eats away at it, correct? Okay? It can eat at the paint of the fuel tank. We want to make sure that that's wiped off. Interior of the truck. What are we making sure is clean on the interior of the apparatus? Okay. Windows, dusting, all the pollen that sits on the inside too. And then every so often, remember, put a little bit of elbow grease into it, making sure that we're scrubbing the dashboard and that we're scrubbing between all the buttons to clear all the debris, dust, and things away. And then floorboards. The most dirty part of a firefighter is their feet, it seems like. So anytime their floors are dirty, we want to take a mop to it, maybe sweep it out, and then make sure all the trash is out. Okay? Fuel receipts, maybe leftover gloves, mud, any of that stuff, make sure it's all out of the truck. If it does not belong and it wasn't there to start your shift, make sure it's not there to end your shift. Okay?